What time do you usually go out. With friends?
I usually go out with friends. Around 8 p.m.
What time do you like to meditate. Or do yoga?
I like to meditate early in the morning. Around 6 a.m.
What time do you usually clean. Your house?
I usually clean my house on Saturday mornings around 9 a.m.
What time do you usually attend social. Events?
I usually attend social events in the evening around 7 p.m.
What time do you usually prepare. For a big event or task?
I usually prepare the night before. Around 8 p.m.
What time do you usually have. Your first cup of coffee?
I usually have my first cup of coffee. Around 7 a.m.
What time do you usually start winding. Down for the day?
I start winding down around 8:30 p.m.
What time do you usually take your lunch. Break at work?
I usually take my lunch break around 12:00 p.m.
What time do you usually go to bed. If you have to wake up early?
I go to bed around 9:30 p.m. if I have to wake up early.
What time do you prefer to travel or. Go on trips?
I prefer to start traveling early in the morning, around 6 a.m.
What time do you usually start your day?
I usually start my day at 6:30 a.m.
What time do you have your first meal. Of the day?
I usually have breakfast around 7:30 a.m.
What time do you leave for work. Or school?
I leave for work at 8 a.m.
What time do you start working. Or studying?
I start working around 9 a.m.
What time do you take your first break?
I usually take a break around 10:30 a.m.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch at 12 p.m.
What time do you finish your work. For the day?
I finish work around 5 p.m.
What time do you exercise?
I usually exercise in the evening. Around 6 p.m.
What time do you have dinner?
I usually have dinner at 7:30 p.m.
What time do you relax in the evening?
I usually relax around 8 p.m.
What time do you start winding. Down for bed?
I start winding down around 9 p.m.
What time do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed around 10 p.m.
What time do you wake up on weekends?
On weekends, I wake up around 8 a.m.
What time do you prefer to go grocery. Shopping?
I prefer to go grocery shopping around 10 a.m. on weekends.
What time do you usually finish. Your daily tasks?
I try to finish all my tasks by 5:30 p.m.
What time do you drink your last. Cup of coffee for the day?
I usually have my last cup of coffee. Around 3 p.m.
What time do you check social media?
I prepare for the next day around 9:00 p.m.
What time do you prepare for. The next day?
I usually check social media. Around 8 p.m.
What time do you check your emails?
I check my emails in the morning. Around 8:30 a.m.
What time do you make your daily. To-do list?
I make my to-do list in the morning. Around 7 a.m.
What time do you go for a walk?
I usually go for a walk in the morning. Around 6:30 a.m.
What time do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym in the evening around 6:00 p.m.
What time do you finish your homework?
I usually finish my homework around 8:00 p.m.
What time do you clean your house?
I clean my house on Saturday mornings, usually around 9 a.m.
What time do you take your lunch break?
I usually take my lunch break around 12:30 p.m.
What time do you do your laundry?
I do my laundry on Sundays, around 11 a.m.
What time do you catch the bus?
I catch the bus at 7:30 a.m. every day.
What time do you check your emails?
I check my emails around 9:00 a.m. and 2 p.m.
What time do you take your last meal of the day?
I usually have my last meal around 7:00 p.m.
What time do you visit your family?
I visit my family on Sundays around 2:00 p.m.